August week 4 bullish ticker review here. Same as last week. We're going to run through what tickers were bullish. You see here's a list. So the data we're collecting, we're going to breeze through this as we did last week, but kind of the time of the day, the high of day, and the total time of the bullish move. So for an example, here's kind of what I find a bullish move to be. Here's the start of the move, here's the high, here's the total time. We're also collecting price data, same idea. Here's the bullish move, here's the price. Here's the start of the run, end of the run, price between open and high of day. So this data actually we got kind of rid of. This is the second week in a row we did this, and it's not really giving us a whole lot of data. So we're only going to do the data from the start of the bullish run to the end, since they're pretty much the same thing. Here's a list of the data we collected, just as an overview. We had 14 tickers, so we're going to start with the start of the move. When did the ticker start to become bullish? You can see the numbers right here. So most of the stocks are running before 10 a.m. This was something we saw last week. So about 11 out of 14. This is kind of where we're staying in the zone of the bullishness. Anything after 10 tends to be choppy or low volume, all of the above. So now we're looking at the time. So this is when the stock or the ticker hits high of day in open market. Before 10 is 5. That's actually quite a little bit. We'll get to the reasoning later. 10 to 10:30 is 3. 10:30 to 11 is 2. After 11 is 4. So kind of an even split. But if you kind of add up the ones before 10:30, 57% of the stocks hit high of day before 10:30. For me, once 11 o'clock hits, I'm usually done for the day. And last week shows that that's a good idea. So we're going to follow that advice into next week as well. Start of the move, this is when the move starts to happen. So under 15 minutes. This is the start of the move to high day. So this is the total time that the stock is kind of in a bullish pattern. So under 15 minutes is 4, 15 to 30 is 3, so 3, 2. We have a break here in 5. So we did have a lot of runners that lasted over 60 minutes, which is pretty good. This is definitely more than we had the previous week. But what we're finding is that either the stocks have a short burst and they're done, or they kind of have a long-term move. So now we're switching over to price. This is the percent move of each ticker. And what we found is that the average move is around 50%. So if something is at $2 and it gets to around $3, expect it to start to kind of pull back. So putting it all together, most stocks run before 10 a.m., about 78%. So the move will start before 10 a.m. 57% of the stocks at high day before 10:30. 64% of the bullish moves are under 45 minutes long. Average bullish move is 50% of the price. So we're going to do a little comparison to last week. So last week we saw 63% of stocks running before 10 a.m. So this week we had a little bit more of that, but to me this is pretty much the same. I'm not really worried about that. This is crazy. This is the same percentage. 57% stocks hit before 10:30. This is the same percentage as last week. And then almost the same thing, 63% are in 45 minutes. So we're going to follow the same kind of logic of hit the moves early and then quit after 10:30, 11. Average bullish move was 68% 2 weeks ago. This past week it was 50%. So we didn't get as big of moves this week, but what we did get this week was, I think, longer term trading, which was nice, so give or take. But essentially this week was pretty close as far as momentum goes. I think we had a little bit less tickers do it, but overall there was still plenty of momentum in this market. Well, now we're going to go over the market structures on the bullish ticker. So these are short moves at open that we consider bullish. So this is what, it's kind of this up-down move. So we had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 out of 14 were kind of short-term moves. I think actually it was 16, or I excluded some of the ones. But if we run through this, taking stabs up here and these small flags like here is totally fine with me. The thing I noticed too is that when we did our pre-market prep video, that a lot of the stocks over $3, over $5 were not bullish. And this is kind of what we saw this week with stocks in this price range. We're just breaking high day and then fading. Just break a high day and then fade. APDN was more of a multi-day one, but we can see even this one had a few good ticks in there. So now we're going to move to extended moves at open. And something interesting that we found was BNRG and ASST almost had the same structure. So if you look at these two, we have this push up, and we have more of a dramatic move down. See, like up here, we're kind of holding levels, but here it kind of breaks a key level, it breaks an EMA, and it's like, it's probably done, but then it goes. If we look at BNRG, it does the same thing. It goes up, comes all the way back down, even halts here. Holds this and then goes. So it's something to keep in mind. We're kind of going over Mullen was a no pre-market one. It's tough to kind of review these ones because it's just there's no structure to go off of. ATPC, almost same thing, right? We have this push up, this like super heavy push down, and then up. So that's 3. That's 3 in a row. Not 3 in a row, but 3 stocks that did it. ATPC. So we want to look for this. Again, it's like this one might not be as extended, but it kind of pushes way down here. It's like it's almost below the opening price, and then it goes. So we got to look for that. XRTX did not do this. It went straight up, flagged, and then put in this kind of double bottom, and then went. Vox did not do this either. I think this was the only one over $3 that kind of sustained pressure. It had to move over the high day. And one other thing to note on these extended ones is once we get high day, right, it's down to close, down. And obviously hindsight, that makes sense, but this is more just like you start seeing backside, just get out, right? Same thing. This is XRTX is the only one I think that kind of pushed in power hour. This is more flat. This is extended day or extended stocks that went late into the day. This one was a weird one. It was like low volume grind. I don't really kind of hate that it's in this list. This one was a tough one where it would halt, come down, halt, flat, halt. Like it just, to me, it wasn't a whole lot of good setups on this one. And this was a no pre-market. This had some nice bullish flags to it, but again, just 12 o'clock down. This is a nice VWAP break. We saw this 2 weeks ago. It's nice to see it continue. But one last time to review. We're going to go over again. So we're looking at stocks before 10 a.m. So we're trying to take some stabs before 10 a.m. for sure. 50% hit high day before 10:30. So once 10:30 rolls around, it's time to start packing bags. 45 minutes. So if we start at 9:30, you take it out 45 minutes, it's already close to 10:30 anyway. So to me, this is more the better stat. And then average bullish move is 50%. And then expected kind of each leg is 20 to 25%, even a little bit less. So if we're up 10, 20%, it's more or less just to take profit. So, but that is it for the bullish ticker review. Bye-bye.